Hi guys, so don't mind the noise in the back. That's just Joe doing some shit, something that Joe does. So, um, so if you're coming over from my other page, or if you just subscribe to this page, this is gonna be a video a little more in depth on things that I had to deal with bullying. What I had to go through, not everything in a really long video, but the main things that I got through, what I did, and how I've come to be. So really the main thing throughout my life was I got bullied a lot in school. A lot. By teachers, by students, faculty, very unprofessional environment. Throughout almost every school that I went to. I went to 4 technically different schools. First school that I went to, I just remember being bullied a lot. I stayed there until like 4th grade, I think. I was there from, okay, I went to 5 schools. I went to like a different school for pre-K, and then I went from kindergarten through 4th in one school. Pre-K I got pulled out of because of how bad the bullying was. Then we moved during the end of my 4th grade. I finished 4th grade and I went to another school, but from like kindergarten through 4th grade I got bullied constantly. I got physically harassed. I remember one time someone kicked a soccer ball at my face. Somehow they managed to get it, but they did it on purpose. And then I got stung by a bee after I got hit in the face. So that sucked. I had someone throw a football at my head. I had someone take my face and bash it into the side of the school, and I got a concussion. I don't even remember what happened. I remember going to the hospital and then seeing like a band-aid on my leg. Not knowing how that got there. I didn't remember who my mom was. I didn't remember who my sister was. Then I got into the school where I went from 4th through 7th. I stayed back, so I was in 7th twice. I was supposed to be in 8th grade. No, I did make it to 8th grade, but I wasn't in 8th grade for very long. Buttons, what are you doing? From 5th through 8th, which I should have been in high school by the time, but I was in there from 5th through 8th, 2 years of 7th grade. I actually stayed back in 7th grade because the bullying was so bad that year that I just didn't go to school, and I didn't do my work. The teacher was actually a really big contributor to that. He would call out my bad grades in class. He would call me out in class. If I was like ever sick or something and had to go to the nurse, he'd make fun of me for that. On top of the kids, I would cry in class and the teacher wouldn't do anything about it. It sucked pretty bad. 8th grade, that's when it started getting a little better, and then I was in a, I don't know if you want to call it a abusive relationship. It was a relationship. We can call it that because that's what it was. If you watch my last video, the one that's on this page, I talk about that a little more, like physical abuse, mental, whole bunch of shit. My mom was a really big pill addict at the time, so I was dealing with that at home. My dad was violent. I was self-mutilating. I started getting into drugs around that time. Stop licking your paws. And,
No.
so I got taken away at 14.
No.
Stop licking your paws, Missy. Chew on your toy.
No.
I'm gonna throw my wallet at you. So at that time, I got taken away from home. And while I was out, I got put in this place. It was like a temporary, kind of like, I guess, kids' home. First I was put in the psych ward. And then, my eye brush thing. I got put in the hospital first. Wasn't really bullied in there because half the kids in there were fucking crazy. And then I got put in that like temporary home where I got into the only fight of my life, like the only physical confrontation of my life. I got into when I was there. So I was moved from there, and then I was put into a rehab facilitation, and in there the bullying was very, very bad. Not just towards me, but just the whole place in general. I saw more fights in my life than I did living in the area that I live in. And the area I live by is very notorious for New Jersey. Everyone's probably heard of it. That was really bad. And then I got into high school. And I was literally the black sheep in the high school that I went to. It's full of, you know, the people that you see on the Jersey Shore? Yeah, that's the crowd that I went to high school with. And then there's me. My freshman year, there was literally less than a handful of people that dressed like me. There was very, 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 very few of us. Like, when I say less than a handful, it was 5 or less. I'm not even kidding. So my freshman year was hell. Sophomore year wasn't too bad because then we got the new freshmen in, and a few of them came in that were like me. Middle of sophomore year, that's when I just completely stopped caring about people bullying. I didn't care what the hell they said about me. I was with him my sophomore year, so really when I was in school, the thing I was thinking about was getting to see him after school. And then I got to the point where it's like, I have a boyfriend now. I don't care about school. I just want to be with him. And here he still is.
Oh, am I?
And then junior year, I dropped out my junior year. But really, the middle of my sophomore year, that's when I just stopped caring. I self-mutilated until, pretty much until him and I got together. I still did it, a lot in the beginning of the relationship, but then it started to go away and go away, and then, if I get disconnected, it's his fault. And then I just stopped doing it. Like, I didn't even notice, because we spent so much time together, I didn't even realize that I was and or wasn't doing it. Keeps turning on his Xbox. But then it just got to the point where I didn't really care anymore. But throughout my life, I was molested as a kid. I'm not going to say by who, because, yeah, that's not really something I'm going to really go into depth about. Rape, beaten, crap like that. Bullying didn't necessarily stop. It happened like 2 years ago from people I was living with. Yeah, that was awesome. I was supposed to be adults, and they're all acted the way they did. But, as Jinx Monsoon says, water off a duck's back. You get over it, you move on, you live life, or you can commit suicide. Probably shouldn't do that one, but people do it. But, yeah. Like in my other video, I apologize if my makeup's all, like, weird. My eyebrows are, like, all super off. My eyeliner's all super off. I'm, like, cockeyed and asymmetrical right now. So, but yeah, I went through a bit of hell growing up, and I still kind of do, even being a grown-up. People don't really change. But I made it out, and I'm kind of alive. I'm half dead inside. That's the part that really doesn't give a fuck what anyone says anymore. I kind of like that side of me, because just ignore what people say. I mean, it's dead, but at the same time, it helps. Having a dead side of your personality helps. But in the end, you can get through it. I've been through hell and back, and I took a small vacation there, and then I came back again. You get through it, though. You do. It's not the most fun thing in the world. It's not the best thing in the world. But you can get through it. So, hopefully, if you've been going through hell, you know, grew up in a dysfunctional family and don't really talk to my parents anymore. Whew. But if you grew up in a dysfunctional family, you can get out of it. You don't have to turn out like that. Can you pick up my brush too, darling? Please.
You threw a brush at me?
No, it fell. When I threw the wallet, it fell. Yay, there's black on it, and these are great jeans. See, Joe's a bully. Exactly, the guitar agrees too.
I need to get rid of this guitar.
But yeah, you can get through it. You can get over it, and you'll be okay. In the end, the only things that I got out of it is I'm anorexic because of an ex-boyfriend. He wasn't very nice. So if you guys have any questions or anything, you can leave comments, messages. I have a Facebook fan page. It's Misfit on YouTube. One word, and then my other page, It's Misfit. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. And I hope if you are being bullied that you'll be okay. Doesn't matter why. Doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, bi, funny looking, different, nerdy, this, that. Whatever reason you're being bullied for, water off a duck's back. Bye, guys.